So you began the process of learning how to invest in real estate. Obviously, since you're watching this video, you've been looking around on realtor.ca or .com, seeing what's available in this market and that market, but you're still wondering where to invest in real estate. There are so many properties available in so many cities or towns to invest in. Well, don't worry, because if you watch until the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the main factor that you need to consider when deciding on where you should invest in real estate. Hey, it's Tyler, 2015 Crew Magazine Investor of the Year and your real estate investing educator. I'm glad you landed on my channel where I'm constantly sharing tips, strategies, just tons of information on how to start investing in real estate and how to even grow your portfolio quickly and more. So subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video each week. So why you're here? Because you want to know where you should invest in real estate. First, determine the market you will be investing in. Now, if you're just starting out, I highly recommend you stay away from all the hype about big, expensive, unaffordable markets that you always hear about where investors invest on speculation, meaning they're investing for the increase in the prices. As well as stay away from international markets or even all those markets, as I said, you hear about in the news or in the papers or in e-newsletters that you're getting. Stick to the golden rule when you're looking on or when you're deciding on where you should invest in real estate, which is to invest in a market and an area you're familiar with, which most likely is the market you live in, your own backyard. That's exactly what I did, and I've built a 50+ unit portfolio in just 4 years, and my business now runs on autopilot. Enough about me though, because once you've decided on the market you're going to be investing in, you need to figure out where to invest in that market. So, I'll give an example. In my market of Windsor, Ontario, there are about 10 different areas, like zones within those zones, there are a bunch of neighborhoods. But within those neighborhoods are a ton of streets with a ton of properties. Yes. So that's how narrow of a focus you need to go when figuring out where to invest in real estate. In fact, here is a map, paint a little clearer picture of what I'm talking about. And as you can see, just even a small market like Windsor, Ontario, with only 200 or 300,000 people, if you factor in the surrounding areas, it's actually quite big. There's about 50 different neighborhoods. In those neighborhoods, there's about 10 areas, and you got streets, you got tons of little neighborhoods, and it's not even a big city, Windsor, right? So, you got to figure out, how can I narrow down on where should I invest? Well, here it is. You stick to areas that are safe. It's as simple as that. But how do you know which areas are safe? Well, you could jump on the internet and look up tons of statistics, but that's confusing. Instead, just use your own knowledge. This is why I said to invest in a market, a city, a town, a neighborhood that you're familiar with, because you already know which areas are safe. And if you're still unsure, maybe because you saw a property hit the market that's a steal, it's so cheap, and you're thinking you should buy it because it is that cheap, but you just don't know the area that well, ask yourself this one question then. Would you walk around that area at night? And I say that because one of the properties I purchased in the past, it met that exact criteria. It was cheap. It was a steal. I didn't want to miss out on it. I knew it was going to make me tons of money, but I didn't know the area that well. And to be honest, I didn't feel safe walking around it at night. In fact, I don't think I ever even went to the property at night because I didn't feel safe. And that property, I ended up buying it, actually became a nightmare for me. But that's a whole other story. In the end, I ended up having to sell it at a loss. So if you don't feel safe walking around a potential property thinking of investing in at night, then trust me, don't invest there. And if you're still not sure, ask yourself, would you live there? Or would you and your family live there? Is it family friendly? If not, and you've never owned real estate, then I suggest investing in another property in another area. Pass on that property you think is a steal because it's so cheap. But you're probably still wondering, okay, why a safe area? Well, because safe areas are where people want to live. And the more people that want to live in a nice area, because who doesn't, the faster and more property values will appreciate because there is more demand. It's simple economics. As well, the safe areas are going to attract better tenants. As I said, if you and your family are going to want to live there, most likely other people and families are thinking the same. So there's more potential buyers, there's more potential tenants. I mean, who doesn't want a nice place to call home after a hard day of work? A place where they don't have to worry about their kids because it's a safe area, right? That's why I said you want to invest in a safe area. As well, when you invest in safe areas where you're attracting good people who want to rent your property, whom are working, trust me, you're gonna have much more freedom. And by freedom, I'm talking about not having to deal with issues at the property, issues with the tenants, issues with the neighbor as a result of your tenant, issues with the city maybe as a result of the tenant, issues with maybe even the police. And to be honest, I've had all these issues at some of my properties that I've invested in the past in not safe areas. So I've learned my lesson, which actually takes me back to the property I talked about earlier, which I bought because it was a good deal. And I thought that because it was cheap and I projected I'd make a ton of money. I projected it would have a huge cash on cash return. I think it was like 20%, which if you want to learn how to calculate a property's cash on cash return, I highly recommend you watch one of my other videos where I show you how to calculate a property's cash on cash return. And you can do that by clicking on the link in the description below. But unfortunately, back to this property, because the area wasn't that good, wasn't that safe, I ended up having to charge lower rents just to fill my units so I'd get my cash return, which as a result attracted the wrong people, which resulted in a ton of headaches. I had vacancies, I had non-paying tenants, I had issues with the police, you name it, I dealt with it. So as I said, I've just learned to invest in good, safe areas when figuring out where to invest in real estate. No matter how good of a deal you think the property is or how much cash on cash return you think it's going to generate. And once you find a good property to invest in a good area, then you take the next step and make an offer. But first, I highly recommend you continue learning more about what else is involved when you invest in real estate before you make an offer. In fact, I've created a real estate investing bootcamp that will teach you the foundation you need to begin investing in real estate. And you can enroll for free by clicking on the link below this video. Also, if you want to join a community of real estate investors just like you, I have my secret community, Real Estate Investing on Autopilot, which you could join by clicking on the link below, where I share tons of investing tactics and strategies about investing in real estate. And if you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video with a friend or a colleague or a family member. And comment below with helpful if this video did help you in figuring out where to invest in real estate. Also, be sure to check out some of my most recent videos right here. Got one here, to learn more about how to invest in real estate. Thank you for your time, and we are going to see you at the next one.